and welcome to another video. So, this evening I was going to tell a story about Cascade Lane, Cascade Way, I think, out in Juniper Acres, the main drive out here. So, when I got out here, that freaking road was really, really bad. Like, there was some ginormous puddles to get out to my place. And one puddle in particular was just freaking huge. So I worked on that puddle and got it to the point where it was pretty much not a puddle anymore. But then it was like, well, what's causing the puddle? So I just started working my way up to kind of, reroute the water off the road and do all this stuff, right? Well, so I start doing this, and like, I've told this before about but this lady, she fucking pulls up. They don't want the scooping. They don't want the scooping. It's like, what the fuck is this bitch even saying, right? And she was saying the lady that owned the property that I was working on the road in front of her property didn't want the scooping of dirt, okay? So, but this is her neighbor, and she don't want the scooping. And I'm just like, I'm fucking done. I'm out here to have a good time and do some fun shit. And the road's fucked. I'm going to fix it a little bit, volunteer a little bit. I have a backhoe. I can fix it. But then you get these fucking retards yelling at you and shit. And it's like, you know what? Okay, fine. Well, then that fucking, then my backhoe broke down. I broke the axle. So I didn't do shit for all winter long, right? And I moved snow off my own road once with the freaking axle, like, dying, right? Just freaking, anyway. So I didn't do much, but then when I got the backhoe back, which was like May or June, and sorry about the shaky camera, but the lighting, I have to hold it. So anyway, I get the backhoe back, and I start working on the road, and we get this crazy, let me back up. So, my backhoe breaks, now it's wintertime, but then we have, like, a meeting of, like, well, I don't know if it's everyone out here or not, but all the people that live out here at the church one day. A lot of people. I go out to that meeting, and there's one guy who's kind of like leading the thing, and basically the main thing is there's some people for some reason that don't want the road fixed at all, and these people are probably criminals, real criminals, probably like thieves or meth. I'm not going to say meth people are real criminals. They tend to really be criminal activity. Meth should be legal. If they want to do that shit, that should be like 50 cents to fucking do whatever they want to do instead of thousands of dollars, and then they wouldn't have to steal shit, which is really what everybody cares about, is, are people stealing my shit? Are they breaking into my house to get drug money? Yeah, well, if the drugs were priced at fucking basically nothing, which they're just simple substances that could be very fucking inexpensive, but the whole drug war thing, so people steal, right? Anyway, what these people are doing out here, why they don't want the road fixed, I only can fucking guess. If you don't want the road fixed, I have to assume you're doing some kind of illegal shit. Or you're some kind of, I don't even know. I can't wrap my mind around that shit. So, we have a big meeting, and what comes out of the meeting, what I suggest in the meeting is that we all get together once a month and work on the road. And so we all get together, actually. And we did like a work on the road day. My backhoe is still broken, though. But as a community, we all donated money. We hired a fucking bulldozer. And, we got some shit done. I think everybody was hoping it would be a lot better, but, there's some, the guy's fucking thing broke down. I don't know if he discounted us for his time that he was broken down or not, but yeah, so we did a bunch of work, But, gravel out here is just like insanely expensive. So to start buying gravel is just insane. There's a solution. It's called a road district. So we would have to hire a lawyer. And this is what I think we should be doing, personally, in my opinion, and why I'm not going to fuck around with the road anymore, because it's a waste of fucking time. Because we should just have it go to a vote. Hire a lawyer, go to vote. Because I think there's more good people out here that are going to vote yes for the road than there are as fucking assholes that are going to vote no. Because a lot of the assholes, my guess is they're not even registered to vote. They're not even legally out here. So, or legitimately, maybe not, right? So they can spew their mouth, but when it comes to a vote, democracy, yeah, and that's what these people, a few, I'm not going to bring politics into this, but a few of these people are, I mean, this lady told me just the other day that somebody threatened to kill her over this shit. Nobody threatens to kill me, but, I don't know. Somebody sends you a DM over Facebook telling them you're going to kill you. I think that's some shit you should just report to the fucking cops. Especially when you're a little old lady. I mean, there could be an argument made for somebody like me, make a threat on my life, and I won't go to the cops. I'll fucking, yeah, motherfucker, you want to kill me? Yeah, come try. So anyway, I don't use the cops, right? But this little old lady, she should use the cops. But anyway, I digress. So there's a minority of people that are very vocal. And one of them has straight up told me that they don't want their name on anything or anything like that. And this same motherfucker, he introduced himself to me as Sidearm. Like that was his nickname. But it wasn't his nickname. His nickname was something totally fucking different. He was trying to intimidate me. Like, I carry a sidearm. Like, I give a fuck. Like, you're just telling me what I'm going to shove up your ass if you ever pull it on me, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. Yeah? You're going to either go right in jail for pulling a gun on me and then I fucking shove it up your ass. Or no. Because you pull a gun on me and kill me. Then you'd rot in jail. Or you're going to have to go to the hospital and have that motherfucker surgically removed out your fucking ass. Okay? So telling me you got some nickname called Sidearm does not intimidate me at all. Don't give a fuck. Okay? That's what this guy was trying to do. He was trying to intimidate me like he was some badass or something. And this and how I met this guy. I pulled over to thank him for working on the road. Can you believe that shit? Like, he was working, well, it turns out he wasn't working on the road. He was being paid by another nice little old lady out here. We have a lot of nice little old ladies out here that I think they want the road, but then you just got a few bully fucks that want to tell these little old ladies they're going to kill them and shit. Yeah, tell me who's fucking threatening your life. They don't, though, which makes me wonder if it's even the truth, but that's what she said. Anyway, so I think we ought to go to a vote and do that whole thing. Now that'll raise our taxes like $50 or $100 a year for like 25 years or something while we pay off a road. Everybody that lives out here now. So at this point it would be spread out over a lot more people. Because I think you have to, I don't know if they would charge it to the people that don't live out here. I don't know if those people's taxes would go up or only if the people that live out here's taxes would go up. I don't know how all those details work. I would love to find out. I think there's neighbors out here that totally have that figured out. So anyway, my point is that, everybody wants to go work on the road and do all this shit. And in my opinion, if it gets really bad in certain spots or whatever, yeah, okay, fine. But what we can really fucking do that is going to make a difference, even if we fucking get a road put in professionally, is what's fucking the road up is the water. Period. Plain and simple. So we need to stop the water from getting on the road and get the water off the road. That's it. So, and it's like property by property basis, right? So This same dude that was all like, my name's Sidearm, right? He's like, oh, I need some work at my property. But I had already been told this dude, his house burned down, and he fucking basically just like used that as an excuse to just, fuck over all the neighbors out here. Like, oh, woe is me, my house burned down, which is, woe is you, but, I mean, he wasn't taking care of his shit if his thing burned down, right? I mean, my place could have burned down because of that fucking solar thing wire fuck up, and then, that would have been on me for fucking not tightening down that wire. But I have insurance, so if my shit burns up, my life will be fucking miserable because I'll lose irreplaceable shit. But, I won't have to fucking jack off my neighbors to fucking, whatever. So anyway, I knew this guy was a fucking, wasn't going to pay, didn't have any money, right? But where his property was one property off of the Cascade Way. And I've been looking, and there's a giant fucking like riverbed, stream, creek or whatever that just runs right down through there, right? Actually, a couple of them. It's like comes all the way probably down from the mountain that's up on that side, right? So I go over there, and sure as shit, I mean, I could literally see like heavy flow stream action right through this spot. So he wanted a well, right? And he says 50 feet. And he's got like a 6 or 8 foot hole dug with like a little bobcat thing. And so he says he's got somebody witched it. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he was talking about a dowsing rod, right? So somebody dowsed rod, told him there was water right there. He had dug down, didn't hit water in the thing because he was trying to dig down. This guy's just fucking. So I dug down with my backhoe, as much as I could. Yeah, I see water. I'm chasing a little bit. Yeah, it's getting wetter and wetter. Yeah, there's fully water down there. I totally believe it. I do. But that's not how this hole is going to get dug. Not down like this. This hole's got to be dug like a strip mine. Giant fucking down and around. Because to dig 50 feet down with a backhoe, I've got to get my backhoe all the way down under the fucking... So if the ground's here, the top of the ground's here, my backhoe has to be all the way here and a big enough area where it can be all the way down there. And I have to be able to have an area I can dig. And I got to have an area I can pile shit. That's a fucking huge, I mean, right? And the extend a hole go down like 15 or 20 feet or something like that, probably 15. So I've got to be down, right? So I start this project, and first I'm like, kind of cleaning up the area a little bit because he's just been piling shit everywhere. So I start building a dam across this whole side of his property, right? And the first 2 hours, I'm trucking along, I'm building it, right? And then, and I think I might have told this story before, I got sideways off this fucking dam I was building and spent a full hour almost flipping my fucking backhoe. I mean, it was maximum stress. I've got, the fucking feet down. I've got the bucket out hanging this way. I mean, oh... and then I got the fucker up off one side, and then boom, I'm off the other side. And, it was like about 40 minutes and about 20 minutes. And it was just stressful. Oh, man. So anyway, I told dude, I said, well, I'm only charging you for 2 hours for this day. That whole hour of me being all fucked up is on me. Lesson learned. I learned some shit. Don't do that. So I go back again, and I've been thinking about it, and I got a whole plan, right? So I spend the whole day just setting up this road and getting it plowed in from like way high up on the bank. So I drive up on the bank, and then I turn, and I got a whole way to get down on there. And I basically make a fucking road a dam the size of a road, and I take the entire side of the hill down a little bit. He's got all these piles on it, right? So I'm taking out these piles, but while I'm taking out those piles, I'm taking that whole hill down a notch as well. So I get this whole northern slope down, like probably, 6-8 inches, all the way down to where the hole's supposed to be. And then piling up. And this guy, the whole time, like, I'm trying to explain to him what I'm doing, but he just doesn't fucking get it. Like, he doesn't, he just wants me to dig with the backhoe part, right? But he doesn't understand that that's only going to put us at about 25 feet, 30 feet maybe. And he said 50 feet, right? So do you want to go 30 feet or do you want to go 50 feet? Or do you want to just keep fucking around? Oh, let's just keep going a little bit. The problem with all that is that to set up, like I said, I need an area big enough to set the backhoe. I need the area I'm digging, I need an area. So it's going to take all this time just to set up to dig. And then where are we at? If I dig that fucking hole and there's no water in the bottom of it, now what? All that time was 100% wasted, okay? And this motherfucker still hasn't paid me $1 yet, so I'm not going to take direction on how to dig a 50-foot hole from a guy that obviously doesn't even understand how to dig a 50-foot hole. Because he was thinking it was just, like, I'm just going to drive straight down with that motherfucker. Like, I don't know what this dude's thinking, but his health is so fucked. And, he claims to be ex-military and an ex-cop and all that. So there's definitely not a very high IQ that he's working with. So, he's been broken. So if he's telling the truth, I mean, lying about being ex-military is a whole fucking hustle, So, and it's just a more intimidation. I carried guns and I was in the military. I was a cop. Yeah, I'm not intimidated at all, dude. You're intimidated just looking at me, and you feel like you need to try to intimidate me back, but it ain't working. You're old as fuck and a fucking retard. So, anyway, this dude's straight up fucking idiot. So, I'm out there. And the hours are just piling up and piling up and piling up, right? And I know the guy isn't going to pay shit, right? He's trying to get me to hurry up and dig down his fucking hole so he can, have a well, right? But I'm building a dam to fucking cut off his whole property and this huge ravine that goes all the way up, probably up the mountain, too, and I'm doing that. Because so far, I've been volunteering my backhoe to fix the road at a rate of about 4 to 6 hours a month since I've got it here, right? I broke it, so I was fixing the road before that lady yelled at me, and then I was like, I ain't never working on the road again. But then, while it was broken down, that meeting happened and everybody's working on the road. So I'm like, fine, I'll go work on the road again, right? So that's the rate. But working on the road itself during the summer, like, there was really not much that could have been done because it would just turn to dust and be a mess, right? So and before actually I start working on this dude's property, there was a whole, like, we had fixed the road and done a bunch of work, and then there was a huge rain event that ruined a bunch of that work. And I went out and fixed that work. And while I was fixing that work, I was using dirt from the side of the road in front of these people's house. That's the road. And it's supposed to go fence, ditch, road, ditch, fence. And everybody thinks they're going to have like a park strip or a sidewalk outside their house out here. They're fucking nuts. They're going to have a fence and a ditch. And then there's going to be a road, and that's it. So I'm out there scooping where the fucking dirt, where the ditch would be, to repair the road. That is, this creek just got cut through the road like crazy, right? Well, this one dude comes out just like being a nice guy. And he's like, man, those people that own that property are gonna, they were threatening to sue people, and they were, I was picking up trash in front of their house, and they were screaming at or picking up trash in front of their property on the road day. This guy's like, and they were yelling at him they were gonna call something or whatever. So this guy's telling me all this, like they're gonna sue me for just fixing the road with the dirt that's piled up where the ditch should be. So that's the first thing. And he's nice. He's not like, he's totally a good guy, right? Well but then the fucking sidearm asshole comes and's like, they got 4 feet on the outside of their fence and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, 4 foot would be a fucking ditch. A 4-foot ditch. That's it. Not a fucking sidewalk, not a fucking park strip, nothing. It would be a ditch. No trees, no nothing. Ditch. Okay? So anyway, I fixed that shit. And then that's pretty much the end of the fucking... And then the no scooping lady, she actually went and fixed her own damn road and did a really good job in front of her fucking house herself. Or her husband or friend or somebody did. So, I mean, it's like all that nice work. Now, so I'm about ready to do this next intersection. But again, it's summer. So now back to... that guy's property. I build this huge dam, and I mean a monstrous dam, and he just keeps, the final straw is like, because like every time I'm talking to this guy, he's like, he doesn't understand what the fuck I'm doing. And he, and it's like, I showed him, I explained, like, okay, so here's the entry road that's going to come all the way down and spiral all the way down, right? Okay, but I'm not going to literally go take every bit of dirt out of that road. So I'm cutting the part of the top of the road out of here, cutting the part of the road out of here, and I'll take this all down, I'll take this all down, and then I'll come in with this main road and cut. And by the time I take all that shit out, I'll be down so far I can get down with the backhoe, right? So I'm explaining to him that, and this is what I'm doing. I'm fucking over there in my spare time fucking doing this. But I never stop building the dam, because the dam is really what I can write off to myself as far as, this is my volunteerism for my community road project here that I'm doing 4 to 6 hours a month, right? So basically the guy perfectly, like I've got 18 hours on his fucking job, right? He hasn't paid me a dime. And that's 18 hours just on his job. That doesn't even include the fucking maintenance on my fucking backhoe time and the fucking time it takes to drive and get the gas. So, 18 hours was, realistically more like 24 hours because of all the other shit, right? Probably 28 hours, maybe even 30 hours, because I'm not very fast at the grease jobs. And there was more than one. So I out there, and his fucking last text, and I was like, yeah, I think I'll come out there or something, blah, blah, blah. And, my foot. I just kicked the thing. So he goes, yeah, I can't wait until you're just not moving piles of dirt around. What are you fucking even talking about, you fucking retard moron? Yeah, and then I just let him have it, right? Just like, I don't even think you're smart enough to comprehend what it takes to dig a 50-foot hole. So I light him up, and he sends some message back, you're not going to talk to me like that, or whatever. I read about fucking 4 words of that blocked. Yeah, I'm never talking to you again, you fucking douchebag. So anyway, but, it took me 18 hours of actual time. So, and that covered my July, August, and September volunteer for the road, right? So now I'm starting to work on my own road, and I cut in these really nice ditches and I elevate my. Now, it still needs a lot of work. It's really fucking uneven and shit. And so I text my neighbor that I'm going to do our whole road, right? Because so far, the time I've been here, our fucking road is turning into a ditch. Like, there was no roots exposed across my fucking road, across our road when I got this property, but there is now. So our road is turning into a ditch, right? So I want to fix that and put the ditch on the side of the road where it's supposed to be. Right? Oh, here we go with another neighbor. And this is like my buddy neighbor that's right here next door, basically. He doesn't want the ditch on the side of the road because he's afraid he's going to drive into it. Are you fucking kidding me? So we're going to keep the ditch in the middle of the road, so you're just driving in the ditch anyway. But, you know, I mean, again, this guy... I wondered who ran into the other, some vacant properties fence. Now I think I know. Because there's a bent fence post down here. I've been wondering who hit that fence post. Yeah, it's probably him. But anyway, the road, our fur road, is literally turning into a creek. And that's the way it's going to be. Because after listening to that shit today, and there's more shit. Like, I explained the solution is building retaining ponds on people's property, is stopping the water before it gets to Cascade, okay? But nobody actually, like, there's a realtor that has this person's property that has a ton of water hitting fucking Cascade, that there's a perfect little spot right on their property we could build a, and I offered to do it for free. And you know what this lady says? She's trying to sell her property. She doesn't want it all torn up. Like, the last time I checked, the retaining pond is something of value. Like, that would cost you money if you wanted a retaining pond on your property. Now, if you didn't want a retaining pond, but why would you be, if there's nothing on your property at all, why if somebody offered you, hey, you could help make the, you know, and the higher quality the road is, the more value your property is going to be worth. Your property is dumping all this water onto the road, creating this fucking huge washout right here. If we would just, this bottom corner of your property, just build a little retaining pond. But no, she won't even ask the lady that owns the property, the realtor lady. One of the ladies making the argument that we needed to fucking fix the road for all these health reasons won't even call somebody and ask them if we can put a retaining pond. So, I mean, I just add all this shit up. Like, the only person that would allow a retaining pond on their property would only allow it because he wanted a well. And I tried to talk to my other neighbors because they've got the same situation. Their entire property dumps onto fucking Cascade. So I tried to talk to them about the road, and they won't even fucking talk to me. I literally fucking asked this neighbor, the other neighbor that's the real estate neighbor, to contact. Oh yeah, I talk to him every day, she says. Okay, cool. Can you have him get a hold of me? I don't have a number for him. These are my neighbors, like right next door, right? They will not even. And then I fucking saw a dude on the road. Oh, hey, what's up, dude? Hey, we know. Oh yeah, well, there's nothing we can do about it until the next rain. Oh, actually, there is something we can do about it. It's called slow spread sink. But again, I mean, a lot of these people out here, you know, they're just fucking broke as fuck, scraping by, got not a fucking thing. They can't even fucking think on the level of what it takes to fix shit. It's just, oh, you can't fix it. And I'm like, okay, y'all win. I'm done. I'm just going to worry about my own fucking shit. I kind of wish y'all wouldn't have had that meeting because I had already reached this fucking conclusion when that fucking crazy ass fucking bitch was yelling, she don't want the scooping. I was like, I'm never going to work on the road again. And I should have stuck with that. But, the meeting and everybody was there. But at this point, it's like, fuck it. I got a fucking 4x4. I don't drive a fucking little, whatever kind of car. If I got to get a semi truck in and out of here, I'll go fucking fix a little whatever I got to fix. But so far I've been able to get them in and out of here. It's just the time of year. I was hoping I was going to be able to get semi trucks in and out of here year round. But, obviously if there was snow, that's, but that was only like 6 weeks or something like that. But if you actually add in the mud out on top of that could be fucking fixed, that adds like more than 2 months to that 6 weeks of snow. That the mud is just too bad to get fucking heavy trucks in and out of here, right? But that could be fixed without even the major road fixing, But people don't want to do it. People don't want, I don't want to do that on my property, or I don't even want to make a phone call, or I don't want to drive into the ditch. Dude, every fucking rural goddamn road that's a proper rural road is fence, ditch, road, ditch, fence, And these neighbors that won't even contact me, they already kind of fucked up our whole potential to have a proper road because they fucking put their fence out and encroached over over an entire lane. Like, because I had my property officially measured out, and so I see where it's supposed to be, and their fence is so far onto where our road is supposed to be that we couldn't even put a ditch in the proper place because their fucking their fucking property's right there, their fence, and the ditch would be on the other side of their fence. So to do it proper, and maybe I should just do it proper in front of my house. Because if I just put in a whole nother lane and then a fucking ditch, right as that fucking neighbor that's worried about driving into the ditch, he's worried about driving into the ditch if the ditch is right next to the lane. So I just put the whole other lane out there like it's supposed to be and then put a ditch. That might be a good idea. I'm already planning on digging a trench all the way around my entire property. This is my next big project after I get done bringing up the level of this other part. So I got this pile of dirt, use that pile of dirt to bring up the level of this whole one area, and then I can have that gravelled. Once that project's done, and I've been planning to dig the fucking ditch around the property basically because I don't have a fence, and the fence that I want, I don't want to put in just like one of those little bullshit fences. Like, I want to put in a fucking real deal fence, right? So I'm waiting to do that. But I could put in a ditch now, and that ditch would be where I put the fence posts and shit. And I also want to put down underneath ground fence, so the little crawling, digging critters, I can eliminate those from my property. Because, like, I cannot have a farm that's infested with these little fucking rodents that are just running around out here like crazy. So I literally need to do a fence that's proof from those guys, right? So that's digging a ditch all the way around the whole property, and putting, maybe even just doing like a poured earth foundation type of thing around. That's what I might do. Because then basically what I would do is I'd dig this ditch, take all the dirt that I just dug out of the ditch, add cement to it, blend that all up, and then put in my posts right into that. And the critters, in theory, couldn't dig through that concrete reinforced dirt. In theory. Who knows? So anyway, I think, and I'm sure the neighbors are going to start, because this one neighbor, she has like a bunch of conduit that the neighborhood has bought. Now, If somebody wants to call me up and hire me to fucking work on the road, that's fine, you know. And like if there gets to be like a super like really bad spot, you know, I go throw a couple scoops of dirt on it or you know whatever, you know. But basically, like, I'm fucking done. I'm like, I'm out here to have a good time, and people are just fucking like got the stupidest fucking hangups, or they've already stuck their fucking fence so far over where they were supposed to stick it that they fucked it up anyway, you know? And it's like, I'm fucking, just not gonna worry about this shit. Fuck the roads. I got a 4x4. Peace.